Well, welcome to the Life Groups and Life Missions Leadership Podcast. We're honored that you chose to spend just a few minutes of your week with us. We hope that today's content will bring value to you as a leader and as a follower of Christ.
So last week, we got to talk about habits and words for the year. So many of you really shared your words with us over the weekend and through text. I really appreciate that. Please know that we are praying over that. Something that we didn't quite cover that I felt was really important to cover this week after hearing Craig's amazing message about the who before the do was, I told you guys that my word was connect, and I really started praying and thinking through this. Well, who do I want to be known for? And so I identified the who through prayer, which is I want to be known as a leader who is connected to God, my wife Nicole, and our daughter Jada, and then God's people. So that is my who for my word, and I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Yeah, and my who, I think, actually ties in really well to what we're about to be talking about. I want to be known as a leader who is all about people, about the one, because we know that the one matters to Jesus, right? He leaves the 99 to go after the one. If you look back to your story, and if I look at my story, I can see all of these things that God has put in my path and in my life. Yeah. There's no reason the creator of the universe should be so concerned about me or should be so concerned about you, but he is. He's imminent. He's close. He's near to us. He cares. And the one matters. And that's what I want, not only my focus to be for 2019, but our ministry's focus is the one. And no matter how you look at it, and I'm not a great artist, so you're just going to have to deal with it. Every single person that walks into Life Church Owasso matters to God. The person that wants to get into a life group, the person that reluctantly steps into leading a life group for the first time because they believe God is calling them towards this, they matter. So the way we care for the one, it matters to God. And we get the privilege, right? We get the privilege, all of us together, to care for the people that God has entrusted to us. That doesn't just stop within the walls of our church, that goes out into our community with life missions, and then into many of your homes with your life groups. And that's why life groups are so important to what we do here at Life Church. And what you can see is we have one, but we have at Life Church Owasso a whole bunch of ones. There is a lot of ones. And what this represents, and we couldn't do this over and over and over again, but these represent the attenders of our church. Every single one of these people has a name, and every name has a story, and every single story matters to God. So we want to do our best to steward those relationships well. And that's why we have you guys who are leading life groups. So valuable to the mission of what's happening here at Life Church Owasso.
Yeah. So as Donnie continues to draw on this, I think back to my time as well when I first stepped in to leading a life group. The enemy, his lies came in and told me I really couldn't make an impact or a difference. But the truth is when I stepped out in faith and in obedience to God, then it wasn't really me having an impact, but rather, just like with all of you, it was Jesus using me to have an impact on a small group of people. And that's how small groups or life groups make such a huge difference in the lives of people outside of the walls of the church.
And just like we were saying, man, every single person that is in a life group that's attending one of your groups matters. Yeah. You matter. You matter to us, and we want to make sure that you're cared for because we know that there are struggles that come with leading a life group, right?
Preach.
Like it's not easy. It's a hard step that each of us take. It takes intentional time, intentional investment to be able to lead people, and sometimes you feel and I won't even say sometimes, I would say a lot of times, because I know I get there a lot of times, you feel like you're not doing it right. Or you feel, or you're excited about something, but you don't really know who to share it with. That's why Span of Care is so valuable to what happens here at Life Church. So not only do we have all of our attenders and we have all of our life groups, and like I said, I have to go pages after pages after pages to be able to account for the life groups that we have here at Life Church, because God is doing an amazing thing in our ministry. But we want to make sure that we are able to care for the leaders. And that's why we have community leaders. Community leaders are the people who are going to help network all of you together so that you have that team of people to ask questions, to be able to learn from, and to be able to connect with on the wins and the struggles of being a life group leader.
Yeah, and so your community leader, if you haven't heard from them just yet, you will be soon. Donnie and I have been working very, very hard to make sure that every single one of you has a community leader. So we're continuing to build that structure. So if you haven't heard from them, it's on Donnie and I. We are working on that. Yeah. But these are the leaders that are there, in addition to Donnie and I, to pray for you and to celebrate what's going on in your life group.
Now, for the past couple of years, this has been an outstanding structure that has really helped us move forward and stay connected as a ministry. But as we grow, the structure grows as well. And what we've introduced in 2018 and are really introducing in 2019 are what we call community leader coaches. And community leader coaches, again, it's one more person who's able to help keep everyone connected to the ministry of what God is doing in our church. We want to be able to hear from you, whether you're a life group leader, a community leader, or a community leader coach. We want to hear the life change stories that are happening in your sphere of influence. And the best way we can do that is by creating an environment or creating a bunch of voices that are talking about the same thing at the same time. So if your network of life groups is having the conversations and is being able to pass around stories of what God is doing in your life group, being able to pass around struggles of, man, I don't know how to get my life group to do this. Well, somebody else probably has faced that and maybe winning in that and can give you the help that you need to be able to lead even stronger. This structure is going to allow us to make sure that every single one matters, because it's not just about the structure and the numbers. It's about the one. And you're one of those people that matters. And we're so thankful for you and thankful for what God is going to do through you in our ministry this year. We want to hear about what God is doing in your life group. So not only staying in contact with your community leaders and your community leader coaches, but we want to be able to see you guys in the lobby, shake your hand, hug your neck, and hear what God is doing in your group. And we just hope that you guys remember till we see y'all the next time and all of this falls over, that whoever finds God
finds life.